Imagine this. A runaway trolley is speeding down a track. 5 people are tied up ahead. They will die. But there's a lever in front of you. Pull it, and the trolley switches tracks. The 5 people live, but one person dies instead. And that one person is someone you love. You have 10 seconds. Do you pull it? Don't answer too quickly, because whatever answer just appeared in your mind, yes, no, maybe, never, of course, it probably came from a moral system you didn't choose. You inherited it from your parents, your culture, your religion, your politics, your pain, your fears, your idea of what kind of person you are. Most people think morality is simple. Good people do good things, bad people do bad things. But that is not how human beings actually work. There are at least 8 different answers to the question, what makes an action right? And once you see them, a lot of human conflict starts to look different. Not easier, not softer, different. Because the person you think is evil may not be using your morality at all. They may be using a completely different operating system. So let's put all 8 moral systems through the same impossible choice. The trolley, 5 strangers, 1 person you love, and 1 lever. The first answer says, an action is right if it follows a rule that should never be broken. Don't kill, don't lie, don't steal, don't use another human being as a tool. This is called Deontology. Its most famous defender was Immanuel Kant. The basic idea is simple. Some things are wrong even if they create good results. Because if you allow yourself to break the rule whenever the outcome looks useful, then the rule was never really a rule. It was just a preference. So in the trolley problem, a strict deontologist does not pull the lever. Why? Because pulling the lever means you actively choose to kill 1 person. The 5 deaths would be tragic, but you didn't cause them. The moment you pull the lever, you become the person who decided 1 innocent life could be sacrificed for others. And for this moral system, that line matters. This is the morality behind human rights, constitutional protections, due process. The idea that some things should not be done, no matter how good the excuse sounds. But here's the ugly side. This same morality can also leave 5 people dead, because someone refused to dirty their hands. So the first answer is powerful, but it is not painless. The second answer hears that and says, that is insane. 5 people are about to die. 1 person can die instead. Pull the lever. This answer says, an action is right if it creates the best overall outcome. This is consequentialism. Its most famous form is utilitarianism. Here, morality is not about keeping your hands clean. It is about reducing suffering, saving lives, maximizing well-being. The math is obvious. 5 lives are more than 1 life. So a utilitarian pulls the lever, even if the 1 person is someone they love. That doesn't mean it's easy. It means grief does not change arithmetic. This is the morality behind triage in hospitals, public policy, disaster response, hard decisions where leaders have to ask, how do we save the most people? But the dark side is just as obvious. If the outcome is all that matters, then almost anything can be justified. Sacrifice the innocent, betray the few, destroy 1 life to improve many others. As long as the spreadsheet works, the action can be defended. And that should make you uncomfortable, because most people think they believe in moral rules until the numbers get large enough. Then suddenly they become utilitarians, and they don't even notice the switch. The third answer says, both of them are asking the wrong question. It says, stop asking, what rule should I follow? Stop asking, what outcome should I create? Ask this instead. What kind of person would do the right thing here? This is virtue ethics. It goes back to Aristotle. The focus is not rules, not consequences, character. A courageous person acts courageously. A wise person acts wisely. A just person acts justly. Morality is not something you calculate in one emergency. It is something you become over time. So in the trolley problem, virtue ethics does not give a clean answer, and that is the point. It asks, what would a truly good person do? A soldier might answer one way, a parent might answer another, a doctor might answer another. A coward and a hero might even make the same choice for completely different reasons. This system gives us the idea of moral formation, discipline, wisdom, role models. The belief that a good life is not just about making isolated good choices, but becoming the kind of person who can see clearly when choices become hard. But it has a weakness. It can become vague. Who decides what good character means? What if two people of genuine virtue choose opposite actions? What if both seem noble? Virtue ethics gives us heroes, but it does not always give us instructions. The fourth answer says, you are all pretending morality exists outside human communities. It doesn't. This answer says, an action is right within the culture that considers it right. This is moral relativism. It does not necessarily mean anything goes. That is the cheap version. The stronger version says, every moral claim comes from somewhere. A time, a place, a people, a religion, a history, a way of surviving. What one culture calls honorable, another may call barbaric. What one generation calls obvious, another may call monstrous. So in the trolley problem, the relativist asks, what culture are you in? What does that culture teach about family, about sacrifice, about strangers, about duty, about blood loyalty? The right action is not written into the universe. It is written into the moral language of the community. This answer gives us humility. It warns us not to assume our values are automatically universal. It helps explain why people from different cultures can look at the same act and see completely different meanings. But the cost is brutal. If morality is only cultural, then how do you condemn a culture from the outside? If a community accepts cruelty, oppression, or violence as normal, can you really say they are wrong? Or can you only say, that is not how we do things here? Relativism can make us tolerant. It can also make us morally powerless. The fifth answer goes further. It says, you are all still pretending there is something real here. There isn't. This is moral nihilism. It says, there is no moral truth. Right and wrong are not built into the universe. They are human inventions. Useful, maybe. Emotionally powerful, definitely. But not objectively real. A lion kills a gazelle. A storm destroys a village. A human betrays a friend. The universe does not issue a verdict. We do. The nihilist says we created morality, forgot we created it, and then started worshipping it as if it came from reality itself. So in the trolley problem, a nihilist might pull the lever, or not. They may choose based on preference, fear, love, self-interest, aesthetic disgust, impulse. But they will not pretend the universe contains a correct answer. This is one of the most disturbing moral positions, because it strips away the comfort beneath all the others. No sacred rule, no cosmic justice, no final scoreboard, no invisible moral law, just human beings making choices in a silent universe. The strength of nihilism is honesty. It refuses to pretend certainty exists where it may not. The weakness is obvious. If nothing is truly right or wrong, then the only thing stopping monsters is preference, fear, or power. And that is not much of a wall. The sixth answer looks at nihilism and says, you are right to ask where morality comes from, but wrong about the answer. This answer says, an action is right because it aligns with a higher sacred authority. This is divine command theory. Morality is not invented by humans. It is revealed, commanded, discovered through God, gods, sacred law, cosmic order, or divine will. Human beings do not vote morality into existence, they obey it. So in the trolley problem, the question becomes, what does God require of me here? Not what produces the best result, not what my culture says, not what I feel, not what I can justify to others. What does the divine command? For many people, this is the only moral foundation strong enough to survive suffering, temptation, and death. It gives morality weight, sacredness, absolute seriousness. Some things are holy, some things are forbidden, not because humans agreed on them, but because they come from beyond humans. But this system has a terrifying problem. What happens when two people both believe God is on their side? What happens when one revelation contradicts another? What happens when someone commits cruelty with absolute spiritual confidence? When divine command works, it can produce saints. When it goes wrong, it can produce people who believe there is no court above them, because they already speak for the highest one. The seventh answer says, maybe morality is not something we discover. Maybe it is something we have to justify to each other. This is contractualism. It says, an action is right if it could be justified to the people affected by it. Imagine designing society from scratch, but you do not know who you will be inside it, rich or poor, strong or weak, majority or minority, healthy or sick, loved or ignored. What rules would rational people agree to if they did not know where they would land? That is the moral test. Not power, not tradition, not personal preference, justifiability, consent, fairness. So in the trolley problem, the contractualist asks a hard question. Could I justify pulling the lever to the person I killed? Not to the 5 people I saved. That part is easy. Could I look at the one person and say, you had to die, and here is a reason you could not reasonably reject? If the answer is no, then pulling the lever may not be justified, even if the math looks good. This is the morality behind constitutional democracy, human rights, due process, the idea that people should not simply be ruled, used, or sacrificed without justification. But it has a weakness. Sometimes action is urgent. Sometimes there is no time to justify everything to everyone. Sometimes trying to be perfectly fair makes you too slow to prevent disaster. Contractualism protects people from tyranny, but it can also paralyze people when the building is already on fire. The 8th answer says, all of you are missing something obvious. Human beings do not live as isolated moral calculators. We live in relationships, children, parents, friends, lovers, communities, people who know our name, people whose pain is not abstract to us. This answer says, an action is right if it protects and nurtures the relationships that make human life possible. This is care ethics. It emerged strongly from feminist philosophy, especially thinkers like Carol Gilligan and Nell Noddings. Care ethics challenges the assumption that morality begins with strangers, because real life usually does not begin there. It begins with a crying child, an aging parent, a sick friend, a partner who trusts you, a person who depends on you in a way no stranger does. So in the trolley problem, the care ethicist sees something many other systems try to erase. The one person is someone you love. That matters, not emotionally, morally. You do not kill someone you love to save strangers. Not because strangers have no value, but because love creates obligations that abstract systems often fail to understand. The 5 deaths would be horrifying, but the one you love is not just one unit on the track. That person is a world. This answer gives us loyalty, family, tenderness, the moral seriousness of care. It explains why a mother runs into danger for her child without calculating the social utility of the act. But it also has a dark side. Care can become tribal. It can make the people close to us feel infinitely valuable, while strangers become background noise. It can protect families and ignore everyone outside the door. So now we have 8 answers: rules, outcomes, character, culture, the void, the divine, agreement, care. And here is the part that matters. These are not just philosophy terms. They are moral engines. They produce different people, different societies, different politics, different marriages, different wars. Put all 8 people beside the same lever, and they may all make different choices. The rule follower refuses to kill. The utilitarian pulls the lever. The virtue ethicist asks what a good person would do. The relativist asks what the culture teaches. The nihilist says there is no true answer. The believer asks what God commands. The contractualist asks whether the victim could accept the justification. The care ethicist says, love changes everything. Same trolley, same facts, 8 moral worlds. And this is why human conflict is often so hard to solve. We think we are arguing about one decision, but underneath that decision, we are arguing about what morality even is. So when someone makes a choice you cannot understand, when a friend betrays you, when a politician says something you find monstrous, when a stranger online defends something that seems obviously wrong, the easy answer is, they are stupid, they are evil, they are broken. Sometimes that may be true, but not always. Sometimes they are using a different answer to the question, what makes an action right? That does not mean every answer is equally good. That would just be one of the 8 answers speaking. It means the disagreement goes deeper than most people realize. You are not just arguing about what should happen. You are arguing about reality, about rules, about suffering, about character, about culture, about God, about power, about love, about whether morality exists at all. And the most uncomfortable part is this. You already have one of these systems inside you, maybe more than one. You use it when you judge people. You use it when you defend yourself. You use it when you decide who deserves forgiveness. You use it when you decide what kind of person you are trying to become. The question is not whether you have a morality. You do. The question is whether you chose it, or whether it happened to you. In the next episodes, we are going into each of these 8 moral worlds one by one, not as abstract theories, as ways of living, what each one gets right, what each one gets dangerously wrong, and what kind of person each one slowly turns you into. Because by the end of this series, you may still believe what you believe now, but you will not believe it accidentally, and that changes everything.